Welcome to QlikView Tips and Tricks. My name is Josh Good. I'm a Solutions Architect here at QlikTech. In this video, we're going to examine QVDs, how to create them, and how to leverage QVDs to make more efficient reloads, incremental reloads, and how to save your ETL processes for reuse across multiple QVWs. When we do a regular load of data, so if we just take data, say, from a text file like I have here, we can drag that onto our QlikView desktop, and we can bring that data in. This is going to take us quite a while, actually, to reload the data. So here I have my script written out. I'll push reload. I'm going to say reload from text file. Save that. And QlikView kicks off the reload. This total reload is going to take almost 30 seconds to perform. So there we go. That's finished, and the reload total time was 28 seconds. If I loaded the exact same data from a QVD file, a QlikView data file, this is going to be a whole lot faster. So QlikView data file, a QVD file, as you'll hear them called, is the optimized, compressed QlikView version of the data. So all of QlikView's compression is already all put into that file. So it's going to load much faster into the QVW than just a regular data load. So here I'll grab this QVW, I'll drag it on, and there's my wizard showing me how I'm going to bring that in. And we'll save this QVW into reload from QVD file. Save that. And now that I've written out that script, and you'll notice the script is quite similar to what we saw before. However, at the bottom here, we're just saying we're loading it from a QVD. This is going to take about 6 seconds to do. So we went from 30 seconds to 6 seconds to load that table in and complete the entire load. So it's much more efficient to load your data from QVDs than it is to load from text files. So how do we create QVDs? It's actually really simple. There's a function called the store function, and I'll show you how that works. And that can create a QVD from any table that you've loaded into memory with QlikView. If we open up the file we created before, the reload from TXT file, we can go in and we can edit the script and create a QVD from that load. So we'll delete the contacts.qvd that I already had created. And then to create that QVD, once we've reloaded the context from a regular data source, we simply type in store, and then we're going to name the table. So let's name this table here contacts. So we'll store contacts into, and then we say where we're going to store it. So we'll store it into contacts.qvd. And then we can also overtly declare what kind of file it's going to be. So we'll say QVD here, and then a semicolon. That's by default. Anytime you use a store function, you will be storing something into the QVD format. You can also store things into the text format, which we'll talk about later. So now when I reload this document, it's now going to pull the data from the context text file and then save it into a QVD. So why would we do this? It's a two-step process. The reason we do this two-step process is now that we've loaded the data once from the originating data source and brought it into a QVD, it's now available to be used by many other QVW files. So this enables us to touch our data source only once and then apply it to all your QVW files, all of your QlikView applications, and have exactly the same data. One thing we didn't do in this simple video is we didn't do any ETL processes. So when I'm loading, at this point here, loading these contacts in, I very easily could do things such as aliasing field names. I could also perform calculations or whatever else I needed to do in the QlikView script prior to creating the QVD. So the entire ETL process that I need to do, all that data manipulation I need to do, can occur once, and then it will just go straight into to a QVD. So that's completed. Click Close. Click OK, and you can see here the contacts QVD has now been created. So that would be available then for very fast loading of data. In addition to creating a QVD for faster reloads, we also can use them to enable incremental loading of data. I would recommend you look at the help file. The help file is excellent on how to do that. So if we just go to the contents here, and we search for QVD, we can see here using QVDs for incremental loads. And it's described really well here in the help file. I won't go through it in detail in this video, but we go through appends, inserts only, inserts and updates, and inserts, updates, and deletes. The script on how to do that is described in each example. And I actually still reference this every once in a while when I'm setting this up, just to make sure I get it right. So again, all you need to do is go to the search and then just search for QVDs, and it's called QVDs, using QVD files for incremental loads. One other really nice thing you can do with the store function is you can also store things out to TXT file. So you can store them out to a text file. Sometimes we have a need that we want to dump some data out to text file for some other distribution, or perhaps so someone can bring it into Excel for some sort of legacy Excel reporting need that maybe hasn't been brought into QlikView yet. So using our reload from QVD file script that we built before, we can go into there. Prior to dumping this table out to a text file or a CSV file, we'll want to give the table a name. So we'll call it customer. And then we'll scroll down after we load the table, and we can say store customer into customer dot, and I like to put CSV, and then we'll declare the store to be in a text format versus being in a QVD format. The reason I'm putting CSV here is then Excel will recognize it as a CSV file, and you'll be able to open the file directly in Excel. Versus you'll notice the contacts.txt file that I already had created, it's not being recognized by Excel. So this is a way of dumping data out so it can be consumed into Excel, perhaps for a legacy system, as I said before. Let's save that. We'll push reload. So the data is getting pulled into QlikView. And then once it's pulled into QlikView, QlikView is then dumping the data out into a text file format. And since I did .csv, you can see here now Excel is recognizing it as a CSV file, and I can double click on it and open it directly in Excel. That concludes QlikView tips and tricks for today. In this video, we just brushed the surface about the usage of QVDs in the store function. There's much more information in the help file, and of course our expert services and partners can assist you with your specific QlikView deployment. Thank you very much, and have a good day.